Hey everybody, welcome back. I wanted to introduce assignment 17 called Abraham Lincoln versus Stephen Douglas, or the Lincoln-Douglas debates, okay? So the key thing is, first, there's a couple of key things. First, Stephen Douglas, different than Frederick Douglass, okay? Stephen Douglas is a guy from Illinois. Frederick Douglass, we know who Frederick Douglass is. So, basically, we know Abraham Lincoln became the 16th president of the United States, okay? But essentially, it's kind of the question is like, how did he get there, okay? So, we are in 1858 when we look at these debates, okay? In 1858, we already had the Kansas-Nebraska Act, we had John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry, so we know the country is dividing violently now, too. We had abolitionists keep trying to free slaves, trying to advocate for the end of slavery. We had Southerners kind of really dig in their heels and pass these acts like the Fugitive Slave Act to try and capture free blacks in America. So everything is basically centered around slavery in this time. Then we have this debate between Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas. Why is this so significant? Well, to just read some from the setting the stage, okay? From August 21st until October 15th, Stephen Douglas battled Abraham Lincoln in face-to-face debates around the state. The prize they sought was a seat in the United States Senate. Okay, pretty awesome. Lincoln challenged Douglas to a war of ideas. Douglas took the challenge. The debates were held at 7 locations throughout Illinois. The fight was on, and the nation was watching. The spectators came from all over Illinois and nearby states by train, canal boat, by wagon, by buggy, on horseback. They briefly swelled the populations of towns that hosted the debates. The audiences participated by shouting questions, cheering the participants as if they were prize fighters, applauding and laughing. The debates attracted tens of thousands of voters and newspaper reporters from across the nation. During the debates, Douglas advocated popular sovereignty, okay, which we talked about in the Kansas-Nebraska Act. Okay, remember, which is people of that state get to vote if they want to be free or if they want to be a slave state, which maintained the right of the citizens of a territory to allow or prohibit slavery. It was, he said, a sacred right of self-government. So these two guys gathered and traveled all across Illinois to campaign. Okay, and what really they started to represent was these two opposing ideas about slavery. Abraham Lincoln's version of slavery and what should happen, and then Stephen Douglas's version of slavery. People across the nation gravitated towards these two people because they represented the big ideas at the time. So the assignment is kind of capturing the quote-unquote highlights of that debate. Okay, so the instructions on the next page. It just says, read the quotes from the highlights of the debate, the prize fight, answer the question under each quote, and then answer the think about it question. Okay? So you'll read the quote from Abraham Lincoln, answer the question. Then you'll move on, read the quote about Stephen Douglas, answer the question. Okay? This debate is so important because it's basically shaped every debate that has existed between presidential candidates, Senate candidates, representatives, so on and so forth. But basically, these two people gathering to debate each other face to face. It was like a super cool event. They would just stop in train places and then debate each other. This also was the time in which Abraham Lincoln rose to national fame. Okay, people didn't know him, but then these debates attracted so many people because they were so unique, and Abraham Lincoln was so eloquent and thoughtful and just brilliant. People started to say, whoa, look at that guy. So it put Lincoln on the map. So that is assignment 17. Answer the questions. Oh, the big think about it question is basically, so here's the think about it question. It says, so while this debate was just for a U.S. Senate seat to represent Illinois, the nation began to gravitate towards these two leaders. The North to one person, the South to the other. Which side, the North or the South, supported who? Explain why you think this. In other words, Who do you think the North supported, Lincoln or Douglas? Who do you think the South supported, Lincoln or Douglas? Just be sure you explain your answer. And you'll start to see kind of how it leads into assignment 18. Okay? Good luck. Miss you. Be good. Be safe. Email me any questions. Please remember, keep submitting stuff, saving them to your folders. Take care.